After setting up camp in the dark the night before, it was nice to wake up and see the campsite in the light of day. This was the only tent pad that I've seen in the shelters. It was a perfect spot. The first thing I do in the morning is to take my food bag down out of the tree and wrap up the 50-foot cordage in a figure 8 pattern so it won't tangle. I was off for the trail at 8 o'clock in the morning. This would be my second longest day of the trip, hiking 17.7 trail miles. There are many more water sources on the last half of this hike. Although the creek levels were low, there was still plenty to drink. I decided to carry just 1 liter instead of my usual 2 liters, since there was frequent places to fill up. Those cool rock formations greeted me early today. I just love walking through them. It really adds a welcome variety to the already beautiful scenery. The best view I've had so far was just past the 22-mile mark on the west side of the trail. Just a few steps off the trail, I walked onto the large boulder and took in the beautiful valley below. I sat on the rocks, turned my camera off, had a snack, and took in the beauty of God's creation. Just before crossing Route 653, I came across an old cemetery. I found out later that it's the Dietz Cemetery. The dates on the graves were in the early to mid-1800s. Most of the gravestones were difficult to read, and some were so weathered I could not read anything on them. There were some printed markers by some of the gravestones. This one said it was the grave of Adam Dietz. He died in 1852 at the age of 54. After the serenity of the ancient gravesite, I crossed over the Route 653 road. It wasn't far to get to the Route 653 shelter. It was a good opportunity to make a stop and put my feet up and recharge for the rest of the hike. The next 4 miles were a lot of ups and downs. It was time to just put my head down and knock down some miles. trail began to level off as I approached Cranberry Glade Lake. While filming at the lake, I almost stepped on a snake, but it slithered away before I could get it on camera. I was able to stop at the Cranberry Glade Run and fill up on water before continuing down the trail. After walking through another one of the rock formations, I came across a rocky outcrop that looked like a great photo opportunity that I just couldn't pass up. After getting to mile 8, I thought I had already done some pretty steep hills, but I hadn't seen anything yet. It was the deepest ascent I've done on any trail. Some call this Heart Attack Hill. Just before going down the steep decline, there was a great view of Sugarloaf Knob. It was a very slow, careful climb down until I got to the Ohiopyle Shelter trailhead. After getting down to the shelter area, I was greeted by a park ranger checking on my reservation. He was very friendly and helpful, finding me the best tent spot. I found my best limb of the trip to hang my food bag. It isn't always easy to throw that rock bag over the branch. I guess I need a little more practice. After setting up in a beautiful spot just above the creek, it was time to have dinner and spend my last night on the trail. Tomorrow's a short day, and I'm excited to be so close to the end.